So a little while ago I did a review on the Game Boy port of NES Hoops called In Your Face. It was so much fun I thought I would briefly touch on all the other handheld b-ball games to help out any newcomer to the handheld or anyone that's feeling the urge to tickle the twine. I'm going to start by breaking this list up into two. I'll start with the full core games and then move on to the half core games later on. We start with an NES port of Double Dribble, more specifically Double Dribble 5-on-5. You might be saying, holy crap, they ported that to the Game Boy? Yes they did, but to mixed results. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of traditional 5-on-5 basketball games on the Game Boy, which can be expected given the limitations of the hardware. This one is a bare bones affair too. You don't have official NBA teams or rosters here, just generic team names like the Detroit Wheels and the LA Waves. Each team is depicted as either light or dark color palette, with no variety in body type at all. The offense feels good with nice looking jams, but learning how to defend will take some time to get used to. Sadly, those that are looking for tournament or season modes will be bummed out. It's a single game and that's all, but it's pretty cool to pick which team you'll face, and I like that each team is good at certain skills, so it's got that going. Moving on to the NBA Jam series, I'm including College Slam 2 because it uses the exact same game engine. So these games are pretty good with official NBA and collegiate teams and rosters for its time, season and tournament modes, and tons of secrets and hidden things. Yes, you can play as former US President Bill Clinton, as well as the Fresh Prince and Warren Moon, and I think there's even a gorilla in there too. All the flashy dunks are here, or would have been if it weren't for the controls. The NBA Jam series are a 3-button style of game. Unfortunately, the designers tried to take this into account for the Game Boy by placing the turbo button on start. And because you have to crimp your hand in an awkward position to play it, it really sucks the fun away. It's a shame because all three of these games would have been the best ones on this list, but because of that design flaw, they're just mediocre. Next up, Hoo Boy. Yeah, it's this turd, NBA Live 96, a game that's trying to simulate a real game of basketball on this tiny thing. This is just a freaking mess and looks horrendous and sounds like an Atari 2600 game. It has a full season mode, NBA teams and rosters, but yeah, it's slow, clunky, and has poor controls. Stay clear of this game. Moving on to the half-core games, we have the game I already covered, In Your Face Basketball. I've already done a full review of this game, so check out the link at the end of the video to see it. Suffice it to say, it's fun, it's quick, and there's a 2-on-2 mode that none of the other half-core games have. Switching over to EA, it's Jordan vs. Bird 1-on-1, and ooh boy, this one's got some problems. The controls are slow and delayed. Stealing the ball seems impossible at times, and the computer cheats with reckless abandon. I mean, come on, it drains 3-pointers with ease and I can barely get a 2-point bucket. This one has a few play modes though, like a 3-point and slam dunk contest. Some of the slam dunks are really cool looking, but it's just not enough. Jordan vs. Bird is the worst half-court basketball game out there, and I would steer clear of this turd. On the flip side of the coin is NBA All-Star Challenge, a half-court b-ball game where controlling your character is easy and defending the basket isn't so tough. The slam dunks, however, take some getting used to though. The big claim to fame for this card is the use of over 20 plus NBA players to choose from, the likes of which is a who's who of the era at the time: Larry Bird, Karl Malone, Isaiah Thomas, and in the rare instance of appearing in an actual good basketball game, Michael Jordan. But there's also stuff like your 3-point contest, accuracy shooting, and the game of horse. But the real diamond here is its sequel. NBA All-Star Challenge 2 is a nice step up in terms of improving the graphics and just tweaking the gameplay a little bit. They even added in a slam dunk contest, and I gotta tell you, the jams are varied and look great. Plus you can practice them before you square off, which is super nice. Not only that, but there's also a tournament mode where you can pick 8 players to compete to see who's the real champion. This game is so much fun. Alright, there you have it. If I had to make a list and rank them from best to worst, I think NBA All-Star Challenge 2 takes the top spot, followed by NBA All-Star Challenge 1. Next up would be In Your Face Basketball, as well as Double Dribble 5-on-5, which is actually pretty good. The NBA Jams would be kind of in the middle of the pack, and I would stay away from Jordan vs. Bird as well as NBA Live 96. Those games are complete trash. I hope you find this list helpful and leave me a comment down below. I'm Will, and for those about the retro, we salute you.